Press the carriage out, extending the hips and the knees. Control the carriage back, flexing the hips and knees. Maintain the heels lifted in a plantar flex position, the pelvis in neutral. Press evenly across the feet, focusing specifically on the big toe ball. Breathing out as you extend the carriage, breathing in as you come in. But you could modify the breath to an inhale out and an exhale in. Press the carriage out, staying on the balls of the feet, extending the hips and knees, and keeping a light squeeze on the block. This block connects you more to the inner thighs, the adductors, and gives a little bit more stability to the trunk. Control the carriage back, flexing the hips and the knees, and maintaining your neutral throughout. Try and keep the heels floating in that same position throughout the exercise, and maintaining the connection to the block. Pressing through the balls of the feet, extend the hips and knees to send the carriage out. Control the carriage in, flexing the hips and knees. Breathing out to extend, breathing in to come in. As you extend, keep the connection to the inner thighs, keeping the legs parallel, and the pressure through the big toe ball and across the feet. Maintain a neutral position throughout the exercise, keeping the weight heavy in the sacrum, and keep the heels floating in the same position throughout. Keeping the toes wrapped around the bar, extend the hips and knees to push the carriage out. Control the carriage in, flexing the hips and knees, and keeping the heels heavy and the toes wrapped throughout. Exhale as you press away, inhale to return. Feel the heels heavy as the carriage extends out, keeping the connection through the pads of the toes. Maintain the connection to your inner thighs, keeping the legs parallel, and keep the pelvis neutral and supported throughout the exercise. Keeping the heels pressed together and the legs laterally rotated, press the carriage out, extending the knees and hips. Control the carriage back in, flexing the knees and hips. Exhale as you extend, inhale as you return. As you come back down, avoid opening the legs too wide into an abducted position. The essence is to keep a laterally rotated position in the hips. Maintain the knees shoulder distance apart, keeping the heels pressed throughout. Feel that you open the sitting bones to pull the carriage down, maintaining your neutral position throughout. With the legs internally rotated, press the carriage out, extending the knees and hips, control the carriage in, flexing the knees and hips. The knees will come more together at the bottom and slightly apart at the top, but maintain the rotation through your hip joint. Exhale as you extend the carriage. Inhale as you return the carriage back in. Maintain the balls of the feet on the bar and feel the spiral of your legs at your hip joint. Keep the pelvis neutral throughout. Pressing through the balls of the feet, extend the carriage out, extending the knees and hips, then lower the heels down, rise back up and return the carriage in, flexing the knees and hips. Rolling through the feet as you lower and lift. Inhale, extend, exhale to lower the heels, inhale, rise up, and exhale, return. Press through the balls of the feet and roll through the feet and ankles as you move through the exercise. Feel that the heels reach down towards the springs, and as you rise up, maintain the pressure through all the balls of the feet, maintaining neutral throughout. Maintain the ankles plantar flexed and the heels raised as you push the carriage out, extending the knees and hips. With the legs straight, lower the heels below the foot bar, lowering the carriage, and then rise back up on the balls of the feet, lifting the heels back up. Exhale as you lower the heels, inhale to rise. Working through the balls of the feet, maintaining a parallel position of the ankles, knees, and hips. Avoid rotating to the outer edge of the feet as you roll through, and maintain a neutral position, especially as the heels lower, which might challenge the stability. Maintaining a plantar flex position, balls of feet on foot bar. Press the carriage out, extending the knees and hips, keeping the activation of the inner thighs, keeping the ball pressed together. As you exhale, lower the heels, rolling through the feet. Inhale to rise back up. So dorsiflexion on the exhale, plantar flexion on the inhale. As you lower and lift, maintain a neutral position through the pelvis, avoiding hyperextension through the low back and also hyperextension through the knees. The ball will help activate the inner thighs to avoid hyperextension. Pressing through the balls of the feet and keeping the heels pressed together with the legs laterally rotated. Press the carriage out, extending the hips and knees. With straight legs, lower the heels down under the bar, feeling a stretch through the calf tissue. And inhale to rise back up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale to lower, inhale to lift. As the heels lower, maintain a neutral position and keep a laterally rotated position through the hips. Try and maintain a squeeze through the heels, but if that's not possible, keep the lateral rotation through the legs. Return the carriage in, bending the knees and hips to the start position. keeping the balls of the feet on the bar and the heels lifted in a plantar flex position, extend the carriage out, straightening the knees and hips. Roll through the feet, allowing one heel to lower under the bar, keeping the other knee bent. In a reciprocal action, roll through the feet, exhaling as the heel lowers, inhale as you rise, back up with both legs straight. Exhale to lower, inhale to lift, exhale, lower. You could do this in a slower pace or faster pace to stabilize and challenge the pelvis.